Come to think of it, I don't know if I have to be nervous or amused. It's actually me standing in front of you on video with a pair of scissors and something which remotely resembles some kind of art or craft which I'm totally clumsy at. But I think I'll need to show you how to line a square tin today, and you will need this, and you'll find this especially helpful when you want to bake a cake or bake some brownies in a square tin. Whenever you bake a cake or brownies in a square tin or any other tin for that matter, you should always grease and flour the tin and also line it with some baking parchment. This helps in getting the cake neatly out of the tin, and it's not going to stick anywhere in case you do want to decorate it or do something with it. So you would often come across this phrase called as prepare your pan or line your pan with some baking parchment. So this is how we do it. This is baking parchment, and here is our square tin. And for baking cakes, you normally would just need to line the bottom of the square tin. So for that, no rocket science again, if I can do it. All you need to do is just trace an outline with a pencil. A pen won't work. And then you could cut just within the outline so that you have something like this. So you need to just lightly grease the bottom of this pan. We'll grease the bottom as well as the sides. Be sure you grease it properly at the corners. You don't want your cake getting stuck there. So whenever a recipe specifies that you grease the pan, you have to grease it lightly, but make sure that you grease it thoroughly. And then we will just fit this in here like this. And now that we have lined the bottom, we just need to dust these sides with flour. We'll take just a little bit of flour, put it somewhere, and then you want to shake this. And then we want this tiny bit of flour to coat the sides of this pan. So now this pan is now coated with flour, and it's a really thin film of flour here. You do not want a lot of flour here, or it's going to make the crust of your cake really thick and unappealing. So you do not want that. So we need to just wrap it against the counter so that the excess flour is all shaken off. So this is your pan, which has been lined at the bottom and floured at the sides, greased and floured at the sides. Another alternative would be to just spray some baking spray like this on the sides, and then you would not need to grease or flour the sides. Now baking spray is normally a mixture of fat and some flour, so you could use it instead of greasing and flouring your tin. And when we bake brownies, we need to line the pans in such a way that you will be able to lift the entire brownies out of the pan after they cool, so that you could cut them into neat squares. And no, you can't invert the pan of brownies onto a rack, because then you will lose the shiny, really appealing crust on top of the brownies. So this is how we line a pan for baking brownies and other bars. And so when you want to bake brownies, first place this tin on the baking parchment, and then trace an outline. Just hold this up to make sure that the parchment comes a little above the sides of the tin like this, and then you could approximate where you could cut the parchment. We'll just fold the parchment exactly on the lines you have traced. And then remember, there are multiple ways of lining tins and pans, and this is just how I do it. Down the line you could follow whatever you find comfortable and easy. And then again, please do come back and share it with me. So we are going to be greasing the pan again lightly. This is just to make sure that the parchment stays in place and doesn't slip out. And then cut it at the corners, and then ease this into the pan gently, and then fold this at the corners. And then snip off the extra pieces of parchment around here. So now you have your square tin lined at the bottom and sides, and this has an overhang. This is called as an overhang. This will help you lift out the brownies or your bar cookies easily out of the tin before you cut them. And then, like it happens with me, if your parchment refuses to stay in place, then you could just again lightly grease it so that it sticks here. So here is your square tin ready for your brownies to go in. It's lined at the bottom as well as the sides, and it has an overhang. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will come back to watch some more. There's some more coming on Cakes and More. Please do subscribe and please do stay tuned.